chocolate bits.
We're chopping at those little bits.
I think
little
I think
bits.
it's working. Oh yeah, there we go. It's working.
Welcome to the worst hour
oh
of your week.
hour possibly plus. It all depends upon how
Yeah.
bad it is.
Could be more.
You never
And
know.
On top of everything coming up, we still have to set some time aside for Two-Headed Horror.
Yes, we do. Did we decide on a movie on that one?
By the time we do it, we can pick one of the new ones.
Yep. Hey, there's Tom.
Tom!
We were just talking about you.
Yes, Tom. Oh my God, Tom! I had this dream that you showed up in last night. I was like, I think it's because we all spent the weekend together. But yeah, it was like I was having a bachelor party, and I was looking around, and I was just like, okay, and just people were coming in and out, and there you were, and I was like, Tom, what are you doing here? I thought, aren't you all the way out in like Indiana? And you were like, I came out for it. And I was like, well, God bless you.
Cosmo was like clothed.
Yes, I think you were wearing what you were like wearing at VHS Fest, like a white tank top, and like you might have been wearing like a blue like a jean shirt or something like that over top of it. But yeah, it was like a casual bar kind of
so
deal.
saucy, but like a mild salsa.
A little mild salsa,
Yeah,
picante.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
too. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too hot. Oh my God,
That's how you want it to be.
it's just so funny because it's like, of course, because like we spent the weekend with all these guys.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's for the whole day, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know,
It was a good time. It was a
yeah,
great time.
good.
We'll talk about it all in the show, but
Yeah,
it was a good time.
it's just my general sexy stepdad look. That's it. That's it. Summertime. The
Yeah.
summertime collection.
Summertime. Drinking in unison.
Oh yes.
Now we're all synced up because we spent an entire fucking week together.
we did. Yeah, it's great.
Like between doing all the things we had to do
Mm-hmm.
and then going to the event. Me and Matt have seen each other because we did podcast Tuesday, then we did band practice Thursday, and then
Mhm.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We
Didn't see each other yesterday, but
no,
here
but
we
that's
are
because we
again.
need little breaks.
We probably won't see each other tomorrow, but then Thursday we'll
And
see
Thursday's
each other
back
again.
to it again.
And then we won't see each other Friday, but then we'll see each other on Saturday at the
For
show. Make sure
Yep.
you mark your calendars.
Yeah, Tom, you're not required
No,
to come to the show.
Don't come to the show. Don't just show up and say, well, it came out like in Matt's stream.
And it's
Don't
like,
do
great.
it.
I spent like all of like 5 minutes
Yeah,
to
we're
be like,
opening.
hey,
We're the opening band.
Yeah.
Don't come out for us to be. This is
wait for the videos.
This is like the first time we've opened in
This
ever.
is the first time we've ever opened with Prince Diamond because no one
Yeah.
ever wanted to go after us.
Well, that's fucking awesome because you know what that means. We can start something new, and that new thing is
We finish early.
We finish early. One song.
fucking most of the time, like most of the time that we do this,
Uh-huh.
I don't eat anything for dinner because
Yeah.
I'm like either
Yeah.
too nervous or
Yeah.
don't want it on my stomach.
Yeah, I
But then
feel
we
too.
play until like midnight and then I don't get home till like 2 a.m.
Mhm.
So I'm just not eating that day, basically.
Yep.
I'm lucky if I eat some lunch and then that's fucking got to hold me over.
Exactly.
But I can't even think about it when I'm out there.
No.
I can't drink either because I've been there
Yeah,
where I've
it varies. It varies for me by band to band, and
yeah.
for the most part, I mean, when we don't add anything terribly complicated, especially if it's one that I knew before,
Mhm.
I'm fine. I can go to town.
I mean, I just am too nervous. Like I was on the edge one show that we did at JB's in
Yeah.
Harrisburg.
Yeah.
We were getting once again not eating. We're downstairs in the green basement room or
The
whatever the
green
fuck.
basement.
Crammed down these narrow stairs. We had to take the
Oh my
drums
God.
down. What a fucking nightmare!
That
My
was
amp,
great.
my big ass heavy amp, I had to like lug down these narrow, tiny stairwells.
He's bent like
Fuck.
backwards.
Yeah, oh my
carrying the
God.
thing up the stairs.
Oh my God, it was
That's
a nightmare.
Great. It was wonderful.
So we're down there and so we had nothing else to do but just like have some drinks and shit. So I'm just like pounding drinks.
Yeah.
That might have been a show that we did not close. I don't remember.
No, we didn't close, but we played. I think if
It
it,
was late.
it was like a four band bill.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
were like third. I
Yeah,
think.
we watched this band like Witch something.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No, I don't remember who it
Oh,
was.
they were cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So I just proceeded to drink way too much. Well, I didn't drink too much. They just hit me really hard. I had maybe like three or four beers
Yeah.
in like I don't know 3 hours or something like that. But I just was like, I was feeling pretty drunk when we were on stage,
Well.
and I was like, God, I hope I don't fuck this up. I hope I'm in time because the drunker I get, the more
You
I
cannot
lose my
say that at the
sense.
beginning of a Prince Diamond.
Oh,
You can't.
God.
You can't say, What key does this start in? How do I play it? I don't
Can't
know
have
how to.
questions.
You can't do it. You can't pull on me.
No.
How do I play it? Because Sean wasn't there to do our little let's rock today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He fucked it.
Oh
Fucked
man,
the show all up
I
because
love the
of that.
little chants in the beginning.
Absolutely, it's such an important part of laying down the nerves, embracing the show,
Mhm.
having a great time, and off we go.
I'm kind of glad we're opening this one up and not playing second.
yeah. So this is what the new tradition's going to be. When we open, we don't have any props.
Yeah.
And then we don't have to worry about bringing anything.
Are we
along.
doing zero props?
Well, I'm fine with doing zero props.
I mean, we can maybe pop
It's
up
zero,
a couple.
it's zero
but...
props or more props. It's got to be.
Oh my God.
It's got to be one
Oh
or
my
the other.
God.
I'm not okay with the same
We
thing.
can't bring Bath. I feel like that's
No.
just
That's
that is
not
the
ready.
most complicated
That's
thing.
not ready anyway.
I say the crosses or just the gargoyles, maybe.
Yeah.
Crosses usually give pretty much. And if Slayer wants to leave them up
But
there,
then we got to. But then we got to bring up. We've got to wire them up and
We
run
do.
them in between because Tom's drum's going to be backlined. I think.
yeah, it is.
So
I'm good with nothing. I'm totally
great
good with
nothing
because we got to be the roadies.
That's one less thing that I've got to worry about.
Yeah, we don't.
And
First
I like
of all,
that. I
we-
like less.
we make no money in Prince Diamond, not
Yeah.
really.
No.
Not anything worthwhile, and nothing we can
No.
really use to pay helpers. We
Mm-mm.
can't pay helpers because we barely make anything ourselves. So
That's
we
right.
are our own roadies. We have
That's
a
right.
whole big old production, and fucking, it is a nightmare.
That's right.
The only way it works out well is that when we do headline, we get to the venue early whenever when they allow us to, which is any bigger venue. From here on out, we will be doing that because DBR was great, and I'd love to go back there again.
Hell yeah.
And we just had a great time
Hell
there.
yeah.
But yeah, that they let us come early, backline all of our shit, put up everything. So, and it's ready to go. It's already there, hours before anyone even opens the
Right.
door. So,
That's how we want it to be. Oh,
we
man.
should be recording all of this, Matt, because this is all content.
I know. We're let's start.
Well, I mean, we're on the stream.
you know
so
what,
that's good.
everybody?
Hello.
We're gonna start the show.
Start streaming. We
Well,
got a
first,
lot to talk
I was
about.
actually waiting for this.
Oh,
soundboard
that's fine.
to
Yeah, that's no
open
problem.
up, but I think it's working.
Don't let me dictate it. I'm just here to
No,
yap,
we'll see.
yap
I
away.
think it's working now.
I'm just here to
I don't even want to be around anymore.
Sure is working great.
I flap my lips. That's all I know how to do.
Working
I
real
do-
great.
I do nothing of
Mm.
significance on this show.
Well, I mean, the show is nothing of significance. So what does that mean?
Yeah, that means I'm right at home.
Does that
right
mean
where I
you're the
belong.
most important person?
Uh,
Because it cancels each other.
I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Yay! And then space.
What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You've got a dirty four-ish mouth.
A fucking amateur. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then. Hail to the king, baby.
Fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt,
What are you doing over there? Are you falling apart
yeah, I'm good.
already?
Yeah, I'm always falling apart.
Well, I mean, after our weekend, after everybody's weekend, actually,
yeah, we've all fallen apart at
We've
this.
all
at
had a
the
rough
seams.
weekend.
Woo! I'm telling you,
Man, oh man.
if you're not stretched out like Taffy, if you're
Woo.
not like just squashed like Mr. Bill
Woo.
under a rolling pin by now, you
I don't even want to be around anymore.
if you weren't, then you were not there over the weekend
That's
because
right.
we all were
Mm.
scorched to death,
Let me tell you what,
burned alive,
We-
stayed up all night,
it was so good.
but we weren't hungry. I can tell you that because that
we were
motherfucking-
well fed.
that concession stand food.
We were a Thanksgiving turkey stuffed full of bagged processed meats.
I am going to tell you this on record.
Yeah.
I look forward more to the food I get at the Mahoning
Yes.
than I do than what I eat at Thanksgiving.
Yes, exactly.
I can say it with pure honesty.
New Thanksgiving is what
New
we're going to call it.
Thanksgiving.
VHS
Thank you.
Fest, aka New Thanksgiving, that I can go to anytime as long as it's during the warm part of
I'm
the year.
the stuffed turkey.
That's right.
I
I get to be
And
turkey
I'm
boy.
roasted, so it's perfect.
This is what I'm saying.
great
And
analogy.
you keep putting this oil on to protect you
Yes.
from the sun. You
I
might as
think-
well just use a stick of butter.
I would say so. Just herb butter.
Baste it, baby.
Baste me up.
That's right. We get you one of those little kiddie
Ooh.
pools, and
We
we
we've
can
been
kinda
talking about
spoon it
this.
over there with
We
some
d-
some some carrots and
We need it.
sliced onions.
We need
Man.
kiddie pools galore. I want every team. Okay.
Yeah, I've seriously been like racking my brain the past 3 days trying to figure out how could we get enough water up there. How could we get enough
Oh, to
water up
fill the
there to
pool.
fill those pools? Because they're going to get fucking dirty really quick because all the dust.
here's the right. True. Here's the question. Oh, and then some of the problem too is getting rid of the water.
Yes.
So you can't just be like, just
yeah,
drop
'cause
it all
it'll
over the
end up in
ground and create a
concession
big
stand.
mud.
We know what happens when there's a flood at the Mahoning. We've
This
been
is-
there.
This is probably not really good.
Yeah,
to-
not-
for us to do.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. I think that, well, I mean, aside from just leaving it out in the sun, it would probably all evaporate
Yeah,
with the heat
would
levels that we
boil.
get to.
it'd just be a boiling pot. Be like
Oh,
the beginning
man.
of Shogun.
Some boiled turkey. That's it.
Be like that the boiled
Yeah.
turkey. Boiled turkey. That sounds like what my family would attempt to make. Their fucking tasteless ass.
it. Well, you
lack
gotta-
of cooking skills.
It's just so rich. The
It's
turkey
too
is-
rich. It's too spicy.
the natural turkey flavor is just so rich.
Oh, it hurts my tongue. I can't deal with it. It's very hard on my
Oh.
stomach.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's it was an absolute joy from
Yeah, it was a-
from beginning to end as always. It was I wish we could get everybody to hang out for Sunday too. That would be
pretty
ultimate.
cool.
If we could, I know it sucks because Monday's work
Yeah,
day kind
yeah.
of thing for a lot of people.
Well, it being 3 days is pretty dope. And I know some of the
Yeah.
guys stayed. I know,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Ace and
Mhm.
Tom stayed.
Yes,
Kay and Justin stayed too.
I think so.
Yeah, I was trying to peek at the pictures. I forget who told me they were staying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But-
Kay and Justin were
yeah,
still there.
that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
They look like, I mean, everybody seemed like everybody had a good time. Did Ben and Sarah stay?
Mm,
You
I
think
don't
they
think
left?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they left. But
It's tough when you got to work the next day.
yeah, exactly. But it was a blast. We got to walk around, see all the vendors and
Yeah.
all kinds of crazy things.
Good
Godzilla.
vendors. You know what? You know what was missing this year?
What's that?
That was a staple in all the years I've been in the past 3. The musical acts. There was no
last
music.
3? Or was it the
This was-
last 2?
This was 4. No, everyone I've been to.
Really?
The first one we went to,
Mm.
they had that View In band.
Yeah.
Then I went again,
Uh-huh.
but I was just me and Allison at
Right.
the time, and View In was there again.
Oh, okay. That's for so.
and
okay.
last year, didn't they have a music act last year? Or maybe I'm
Mm,
forgetting.
Yeah, I don't think so.
If you guys were there, I
maybe,
can remember.
maybe I don't
Remind
remember.
me.
I
Remind
don't
me. 'cause-
remember. But either way,
But it was
I
missing this
also
year.
was missing that. Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that. I don't remember who it was.
I
that
like
was
the
saying.
music acts. When
Yeah, I
they-
thought
when
it
they
was
do 'em.
interesting. I mean,
Yeah, they're fun.
granted, like it was a bazillion degrees and everything
Yeah.
would just melt.
Oh, yeah, well, they
but,
wait until like the sun starts like getting a little bit behind.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they had a whole lot of more event stuff versus
Mhm.
the sun will start getting low, and then they'll bring out the music acts like right around the time it's starting to get dark.
Yeah.
But this time it seemed like they had just a ton of the found footage stuff. They were playing found footage in between the movies that was making it tough for me to get through.
Yeah.
I'm just old because I can't get through more than 2 movies.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it.
Well, and
I think I'm also drunk too.
it's-
That's another
right.
problem.
That's a big part of it, and having been out in the heat all
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
So
that's-
it's like it saps your energy all different
Yeah,
directions.
just vampires
But,
galore.
yeah, it really was a.
Then Dracula 9/11
Yeah,
thing.
Dracula
He just
9/11,
runs
yeah,
out,
never-
starts talking
yeah,
about
never forget.
Dracula's buried under the Twin Towers, and that's why they did
That's
9/11.
right.
It's the most absurd plot thing.
Yep.
This is what Ben does. Like when the first time I ever met him, I'm
Yep.
sure I told the story a bazillion times, and people have been around me have heard it too. But first time I ever met Ben, he came to a Prince Diamond show, and he launched into this blasphemous Bisque storyline. He's got this concept album about these like crabs. Like these like crab people or lobster people or
Yes,
something,
yeah,
like
yeah.
crustacean people
Right.
that were like they were like a cult, and it was just so fucking detailed.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, dude, I love just the commitment.
He's got it all together up
Mhm.
there. You know, it might be they're
He does. There's a structure.
It's floating icebergs, but they're all in the same ocean.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all you need to know is that they're available. Just some of them you have to get a little paddle boat out. You know, but yeah. So then we got through our first two movies, and then we called it quits.
First night, yeah.
On the first night,
Mhm.
we went back. First, we went to Walmart, which does not sell beer.
Yeah, it's good to know and put it on record
And
that
yeah, at
Walmart
least
is
for
not
now.
selling
At least
beer
for now.
out in Lehighton.
But right next door at Giant, they sure do.
oh yeah, just right
They've
there.
got what we need. So we went over there, got some brews. Then we came over, got in line. Well, we're not there too terribly long.
No, we really weren't there very long.
Yeah.
I'd say 30 minutes, 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah, something like
30
that.
minutes.
So we got in there, found everybody. Luckily, got a good spot, and watched first two movies. Whatever. Went back, going through the back roads, bumpy gravel, and all that good
yeah,
stuff.
the
going
entrance to our
entrance to where we were
our
staying.
Verbo.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
place was pretty cool though.
It
was
was.
very nice.
Yeah,
very
yeah, it
well
was-
renovated. Had basically two entirely furnished floors
Well, the
with full
best.
baths.
This is the best part because we go in there. We're looking around, and there's a bunk bedroom, and then there's a bed with a king size bed, and there's one with like two, twins or whatever they are,
Mhm.
and I was like, and the one bathroom. We're like, I thought there was two bathrooms in this thing. I
Mhm.
don't know, whatever. I thought there was another bed too. They said there was another bed, and so then I'm like unpacking all my shit, and I'm getting myself together in the room with the two double beds. Got the bed all made up and the pillows in the pillowcases, and that's like, look at this. I found this. Look. Check this out. There's a whole other fucking floor down there. It's a whole other apartment, basically. And that's where the other bathroom and everything is. So I was like, see you later, sayonara.
TV, couches,
TV,
full bath.
foosball table.
Mhm.
Tell you what they didn't have, though, is curtains.
No curtains.
But
did that
could,
wake you up in the morning?
that
or-
could be no. I that night I put pillows in the window.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was. I was like, it's not.
It's a
gonna work.
weird. That's a weird thing. I didn't notice that they didn't have curtains down
Yeah,
there.
yeah, the
Hmm.
little stubby guys, but whatever,
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter. It was a wonderful place. It had a nice little wraparound porch.
Yeah, they were like a Greek, Orthodox Catholic family. We could tell through the evidence of all of the.
No,
was it?
she was from the Ukraine.
No, I'm sorry, not Greek. Ukraine. There was a Ukrainian flag up there.
Yeah,
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 yeah. That was kind of interesting.
yes, yeah, definitely. But yeah, they there was little evidence here and there aside from the flag. There
A lot
were
of
books around, and
Familiar
things
looking
like that.
stuff.
Yeah, so but anyhow,
A lot of Last Suppers and
yes,
Jesus
yeah.
saint pictures, all that stuff.
Yeah, all kinds of good things. So then we went back the next day. Actually, we went out to where did we go to fucking get lunch?
Oh, we went to this place called Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and
It
Clyde.
was actually really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was-
I'd recommend that place if you guys are going back up there or
Yeah.
you're looking for somewhere to eat in the future.
Right.
Huge, expansive menu.
Yeah.
Not like Cheesecake Factory level, but like big menu as far as like variety. All like high end, rich kind of foods and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Specials. Everything I got was really good. Like Allison and I kind of shared. She got like this Creole like pasta thing, with like andouille and scallops and crab and shrimp and all that shit, and lots of seafood selections out
Yeah,
there.
they did have a lot of those. That's
A lot of that. And
Yeah.
I got some like avocado nachos that were just like taco meat and cheese over top of an avocado. Sounds dumb, but it was actually really good.
Yeah.
Well seasoned and everything.
Yeah, worth checking out for sure. But
Yeah.
so that was pretty good. It was funny because that morning everybody was getting together for our usual breakfast, and we were all dragging our heels, getting ourselves together and
Yeah.
everything. And so we didn't end up going down for breakfast. And then when we were leaving at the end,
Mhm.
we drove 2 seconds down the street from our place, and there it is, right there.
We happened to take another route and we were like, oh, it's right fucking there.
It was so late in the day. We thought it's probably like 20 minutes or 15 minutes
yeah.
to get there, and they're gonna be done by the time we get there. Here we could have like walked there, and they would have still been there. But
Mhm.
anyhow, it doesn't matter. We can get that all figured out later. But
I'm hoping to maybe go to that same
I would love to go
place
back
next
to that
year.
place. I
If we
think
can
that
get the date
really
early enough.
Yeah,
that's the hard part.
That's definitely we'd have to just hound them down there.
This
Uh,
was, I think, of a different year than typical because the owner Jeff guy passed away.
Right. Yeah.
And,
I'm
like
sure they
right
were
before the
getting
start of the
things-
season.
Mhm.
So I think that kind of changed up some of their time.
Yeah, trying to get everything back organized
Mhm.
again.
It did push back the opening like a week or two
Yeah.
just to kind of get, deal with the fallout. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but then second day went in. Jesse and Steph came and
Mhm.
Nandor. We got to see them.
John and Victoria
Cool.
came.
John and Victoria came.
That
We got
was
to-
that was a treat because
get to
we
see John
had
finally.
never met them before.
Nope.
We had an opportunity, but we couldn't make it. I think it was Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, because we just couldn't make it. I
Right,
think couldn't
yeah.
make it work. But yeah, I'm so glad that he came out because I was like, oh, now I get to like actually meet the other people that we talked
Exactly
to.
right. Yeah.
So
It was just funny because he said, "Is this the Mats?"
Yeah.
That was
We
his
are-
first question.
that is not
common.
a new phenomenon.
No, we're
been
familiar.
that's been our definition for
yeah.
some like 20 plus
Yeah.
years.
It's all right.
Because we've always just kind of,
We've been plural. We've
Yeah.
been plural for a long time.
almost like all of our adulthood, I'd say, like people would see us together and just call us the Mats.
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah,
squared.
I guess that's true. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, we've had a couple
Yeah.
couple different.
People thought we were vampires because
That's
we
right,
only
vampires
show
for a
up when the
while.
sun went down in
That's-
leather jackets.
That's right. We were
Slick
slick
back hair.
back.
Slick
the
back
slick
hair.
back.
You think this is slick back? This is pushback.
But other than that, I mean, we didn't really run into a whole lot of traffic or anything like that.
No, it was very
pretty
pleasant.
smooth sail and everything
was
like
easy.
that. So that was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better journey, and I thought we had a really great time, like overall.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Each and every day.
Yep.
Had a great time talking to everybody.
Mhm.
I just was like sad when it was over because I'm like, I just wish it would last longer.
Yeah,
I just wish the days, not as hot.
Right.
Maybe the nights. I wish the nights were longer.
Right.
They started earlier or something. Started the night at 5.
Right.
But just let that sun get off of me,
Maybe I can figure that out for
Fuck.
next year.
dude. Fucking yeah. Please God, can you just do this for me? Like fuck it, that sun that between like 3 and like 7. It was brutal.
Yeah. There's
It was
no cover. man.
brutal.
No cover.
So you're kind of fighting some of the elements
That's why
while
you
you're
have
also
that.
trying to have fun.
Yeah.
But there are moments. There's like certain moments in there. I'm just like I'm having the best time. I'm
yeah,
like, present. So I like
Yeah.
those kind of events.
It-
we
yeah,
don't
it's
get them all the
fantastic. I
time.
know that's
you know?
exactly right. It's one of those rare moments where sometimes you catch a glimpse of it in the midst of it, and you can really sink your teeth into the
Yeah.
beauty of being part of something
I love it.
consciously. It is.
Love
It's fantastic. Now,
Meanwhile,
meanwhile,
the world's falling apart
the
while
whole
we're having a
thing.
great time.
When we
Jesus,
were gone,
fuck.
there was
There was so much shit,
a whole
so much
fucking
fallout.
factory
And
burnt down.
You know
in
why
town.
that happened? You know why all that happened at the same time? Because we had content.
Content, baby.
So now the world's like, it's not
you
going to be
guys
a
are having
slow
a
week.
good time.
Yeah. Well, here's
All
every
right.
other thing you're never going to fit in that first 30-minute segment.
Well, have fun. It's like that one cartoon with fucking Marvin the Martian, and they keep shooting the gun back and forth until there's just a little sliver left.
Yeah.
Have fun on your little slice of paradise. The rest of the world is gone.
Oh my God! Leading up to, I gotta mention this too. Like leading up to VHS Fest.
Yeah.
Where I'm stressing, I'm like packing, we're trying to get all of our shit together,
Right.
and we go and I've got band practices. I
Uh-huh.
come home from band practice with Matt.
Uh-huh.
We both drive basically the same distance to go because we're basically neighbors.
Behind
Yeah,
each other.
you're
the
right
whole way.
behind me. Right. I pull into my garage.
Yeah.
I pull my bass out of my car. I whack a pipe that's in my garage. That's the water main pipe. And I was like, fuck, it busted. It just started spilling water all over the place. I just started having a fucking meltdown because I'm like, this is like hours before we have to leave.
Yes.
This is nighttime. It's like 9 p.m.
Yes.
Okay, on Thursday night. I'm
Yeah.
like, fucking
Right.
shit. So I asked Matt, like, do you know, I found the shutoff valve, thank fucking God. And, I asked him, like, took a picture. I was like, do you know what's going on here? And he's like, I'll be over in a second. So he comes
Yeah.
over with his fucking toolkit because he's he's like Tim Allen from Home Improvement
Right,
without
that's
all
it.
the kids and all the other character development. He's just, without those
no
kids doing
character at
drugs,
all.
no after school specials, no neighbor who you can only see half his face over the fence. I think
Nope.
you'd be happier if you had neighbors with fences and
That's
you
it.
only could ever see half of their face.
Uh-huh.
Because right now I think that you want to mainly just make them only have half a face whenever you
That's
see them
That's the
with the
ticket.
katana.
Right. Exactly right. Yes.
But anyways, so Matt comes rushing over, like, and he's like, don't worry, this is just the pipe that goes out to
The
the
hose bib.
hose in the front.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the water main pipe or anything like that. but it is connected to the main.
Yeah, it's coming off the main without a
Yeah.
shut-off valve, so
Yeah.
you had to shut the main off in order for it to stop leaking.
So, the whole house doesn't have water, but thankfully, Matt, it wasn't apparently that big of a problem.
No.
But you also have a lot of experience where you're like, we're going to Lowe's.
But also, it's very old pipe, and so it was just
Yeah.
shattering every time I was cutting it.
Yeah, you went to
which
make
was-
a nice
which was
clean
great.
cut, and it was
Mhm.
basically like trying to it was like it was made of pasta.
Yeah.
It was like trying to break a penne noodle
That's
perfectly in half.
Absolutely appropriate analogy. Yeah,
Oh,
that's exactly
Lord.
what it was.
We
Yeah,
should and ironically it was wet.
yeah.
Just like a regular pasta noodle would be easier to cut if it was
It probably
wet.
yes, exactly right. Yeah, it's just the wrong moisture content.
That's right.
But yeah,
So yeah, he came over, fix it up for me real quick. But what I was bringing this up because your whole this thing Matt does all the time when some bullshit happens and you already have too much shit going on, he just goes ba da 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 ba. That just plays in my head all the time when I have an issue. He just so casually just goes ba da ba ba da ba.
yep. Because that's my substitution for screaming my fucking head off. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have a voice ever. I would just yell and yell and yell.
Well, did you talk about what all it took for you to even change your fucking oil before
Oh,
the
no.
before we went?
I
this was
completely
a-
forgot about it because
it
I
was
did
all
the
a
little
nightmare.
the jingle and it was over. So I got up. I got out there around 8:30 in the morning. Thursday, the day before we left,
Mhm.
and I thought, I'll get this oil changed early because it's going to be warm today. Get it knocked out. Takes about 25 minutes, all in all, no worries. And I got a air filter. I'll change that out too. It'll be great. Or cabin filter, whatever. So I get under there, put the drain oil out, and get under there to get the oil filter out. Put the oil wrench on there, turn it, and it just slipping all the way around. So I thought that's kind of weird. Got my hand up on there, tried to turn it with my bare hands, wouldn't budge a fucking inch. Put a belt wrench on it, started cranking down on the thing, started denting in, bending over. Still wouldn't fucking budge an inch. Kept fucking working on this thing for hours and hours and hours. So by the time 4 hours went by, I took a screwdriver.
God almighty. How do you like keep going at it for hours though? Like that just
Persistence,
my God.
determination. I'm like a bulldog. If there's something I'm going to get done, it's going to happen. I'm going to accomplish that thing. I don't care if I have to do what I did with this, which is I stabbed the screwdriver straight through it, end to end, right? Then I grabbed onto both sides, cranked on that bitch, and it just tore through that thing like it was a soda can.
God almighty.
So then I thought, all right, now we're really in for a good time. So I used Kara's car, drove over to AutoZone or whatever the fuck it is that's up here, and I got a special wrench that's meant to take out fucked up oil filters. It's got special teeth on it, whatever. Wrapped that around there, and it just twisted the whole thing into this spiral shape. Ripping it
Jesus.
all over the place. So it's there's sharp bits on my hands are bleeding all
Oh
over the
my
place.
God.
There's oil dripping from it into the wounds. You know?
God, Jesus
You know,
Christ.
so I'm
You're like Optimus Prime. You're
yeah,
more
exactly
machine
right.
than man.
I'm one with the Autobots, and so I just kept working on this thing, and finally, I got it so that I could fit my fingernail between the oil filter and where the oil filter meets the frame there of the whatever the oil intake valve, whatever the fuck it is. And so I put some penetrating oil in there, let it sit for a little bit, like 10 minutes or something like that, came back, and I put a magic marker, little line on there to see if it was moving at all, because I knew it was separating, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on in there, because I was in my head, I was thinking, what if the threads are bound up, and every time I'm cranking on this, it's actually compressing them. It's not actually twisting. So I have all these things going on in my head because my brain's trying to get an exploded view of what the fuck is going on. And so I finally I put the mark on there, got this thing on there, grabbed the hold of it, and I twisted it, and I got it to move just a little tiny bit, like 1/8 of an inch. And I was like, motherfucker, yeah. And I'm cranking this thing, trying to get it to go a little further, and I couldn't get it. So of course, my arms are all cramping up from all of this. And so I let go of it, and the little bitch goes zoop, right back to where it was before. And so you motherfucker. So I sprayed it down with some more stuff. It just kept going and going and going with this penetrating spray and just twisting and twisting and twisting, letting it go back. Eventually it worked its way in. The fucking rubber gasket melted to the metal. I
Glued
put,
it there in place.
oil on both of them, on the threads and on the gasket every single time. But it was so fucking hot, it just melted this thing.
God, man. It's fucking crazy.
It was a fucking nightmare. So 7 hours it took to get that fucking oil change. But it's all done, and it got done in time for us to go to VHS Fest, and I forgot all about it until just now. And that's the power of using the jingle. You just let it all go. You just let it all go.
That's great. It really solved a lot of my my anger. It does. Anytime I encounter something, I just go. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
That's right. Well,
like here we fucking go. Whatever.
It's the audio version of the Oprah gift that I use all the time.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do? Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Oh wait, no, we got.
Oh man, we got a billion things to
we got
talk
a billion
about.
things to talk about
We
before
do
we go.
rapid fire.
Jesus Christ, go ahead, go.
Everyone's dead.
Everybody's dead.
fucking dead.
We
Who was
got
first? Dr.
Dr.
Ruth.
Ruth is dead.
Oh.
Richard Simmons is dead. Shannon Doherty is dead.
Yeah, she had cancer since 2015. I found out.
Yeah.
Which
didn't
I
know
think
that.
I forgot about that. I remember
Yeah.
seeing a news story. I think it might have been Kevin Smith. I did see Kevin Smith posted a tribute to her.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
saw it too.
cancer. Fucking, what did Richard Simmons die from? Do you
I'm
remember?
not sure. He's been reclusive recently.
Yeah.
But like I said, they were getting ready to release a movie. Like
He was great. He was
about him,
great.
and
Oh,
he
was that the
didn't-
Pauly
and-
Shore movie?
I think so, and he
Yeah.
did not want it to be released.
No, he didn't. I
And
don't-
so it's going
he
to be
didn't love it.
interesting to see what happens.
no,
now.
I think it's out.
Is it?
That Pauly Shore movie is definitely out.
Oh boy.
Because our friend Zach Zortman was
Yeah.
posted about it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, and he, I'd heard about the movie, but he said he saw the movie and thought it was good.
Oh well.
Not
okay.
Richard Simmons, my friend.
Right. Yeah.
He enjoyed it.
So well, okay. Well, we'll have to see if we can get our hands on that one.
Yeah, Richard Simmons though, he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like he was just a
character.
happy
He was a character.
guy. I saw
Yeah.
some little tribute compilation of him talking about like him, him dying, and if he just did something good for people, then he'd
Mhm.
be happy.
That's right.
I'm like, that's a good attitude.
There you go. He did it. He made it happen, even if
Yeah.
it was just
Th-
for that one hairdresser.
And Dr. Ruth, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
One hairdresser.
Yeah.
For Dr. Ruth though was another one, like an educator
My
and
God.
an advocate for healthier mentalities.
What a gift she was. Yeah, she was a special lady with a very interesting perspective
Mhm.
and quite a history. But good.
Put it in the ass.
Good, exactly right.
Now.
That was her second book. Yeah.
Put it
Number
in-
two.
Number two.
But there's a good documentary on her. I'm sure I've talked about that before, Dr. Ruth. But
Who else went down?
I think that was it, wasn't it?
Oh, somebody almost died.
Yeah, somebody almost died in
Oh.
our home state, no less.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
Jesus Christ. So did you watch the
I didn't watch any videos.
the
or
raw
anything.
footage is hard to find, but I did see it, and it's fucking wild. Just the feed, the audio feed from the microphone,
Mhm.
just hearing everything going on, and him.
Do you hear like the bullet go whizzing?
Yeah, you hear because this guy was real far away,
Mhm.
and so you hear it sounds like a nail gun,
Oh,
boom, boom, and the boom is the bullet
he
hitting.
took a couple
Like-
shots.
Yeah, he got like 4 off, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Jesus
I think
Christ.
so.
I
Yeah, but
thought it was like the Monk pilot episode where the dude. Do you remember the pilot episode of Monk where the sniper's in the window?
yeah.
And then he shoots the guy, but the guy moves. just-
Right.
And then
yeah.
it's almost like he missed his target.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was one of those type of
I-
deals where he just got one shot and then he happened to kind of graze him and then
Well,
didn't.
the graze was the only shot that got off because
like by the time he shoots, I imagine Secret Service is like on him. Like,
well, they figured out, they got him pretty quick after that. But yeah, but he got hit.
Excuse me.
He got hit in the ear,
Mhm.
and then he was like, ow, like he felt like a bug bit him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then he looked at his hand, and as soon as he saw the blood, he ducked behind the podium, and that was it.
Oh.
And so, but then of course everybody swarmed on top of him and everything.
Mhm.
And then when they were trying to get him out of there, he's like, "Wait, let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes."
Why his
And
shoes?
then-
Was he not wearing shoes?
I guess he jumped out of them. I don't know. And so
God.
then they're like, "All right, we got to move. We got to move. We got to move." And so they're trying to move him off, and he's going, no, wait. And then he leans out of the crowd, throws his fist up in the air, and he's mouthing something. I can't tell if he's saying fight or fuck or whatever.
Fuck.
Yeah, something. There's something in that. And it was the wildest fucking thing.
I'm just gonna pop my head out and make myself another target.
It's terrible. It's terrible to kill anybody, but it's fascinating to watch.
Oh yeah. Well,
that's where his head went.
Yeah.
That it's not in. It's
Not
like
survive.
no, exactly right. It's it's
audacious.
so fascinating.
Really,
to
I
me.
mean, it kind of fits his character as
I
far as
know.
like,
I know.
well, everything's a game to me.
I
so
know.
I'm
It's
just going to use this
amazing.
as an opportunity. That was like writ
It
large.
blew. No, I mean, I'm not. No pun intended. It blew my mind.
Didn't blow his.
No, it's just like I cannot believe that you're trying to grab your shoes and you want to throw your fist in the air. You want to poke your fucking melon that they just tried to take off your shoulders out of a crowd of people that are literally ready to give
And
their lives to protect you.
he
So you
doesn't
can
know.
throw your fist in the air.
Yeah, dude, it's wild. And he doesn't know at that point. No one knows how many shooters there are.
They don't know
there could be a
what's going
backup
on.
shooter watching and tracking, waiting for him,
God.
waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, how wild would that have been historically if he pops his head back up
Oh
to
my
do
God.
that? And boom, just-
that would have been even more poetic.
that would have been insane.
Oh my God. It's unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
This is definitely an historic moment.
But think about it now. This is his whole identity. He will never, ever speak again without mentioning that he was shot.
They took a shot at me, and they missed because they were terrible. They sucked. You know he's gonna sit there and shit on this kid, and he's gonna put him down because he's got no shame to do it any other time.
Well, they got the kid's phone and his computer, and there's nothing. There's nothing to suggest why he does. He had an improvised explosive in his car. Apparently, a cop saw him climbing onto this roof, and that's why all this happened so fast. And he didn't end up detonating a bomb because he had to operate quick.
Oh, did he shoot other people? Or
Yeah,
did he just
that's
happen
the
to
other
miss?
shots went and killed
Oh.
another guy.
Oh man,
And two other people actually. I
damn,
think,
that
and there's some-
fucking
yeah,
But maybe it was like Monk.
might have been.
Maybe he
You don't
wasn't
know.
actually aiming for Trump at all.
Mhm. He's trying to get that old man. that he
Where's
got.
Monk?
Yeah, where's
Monk, we need
Tony-
you to
Tony
solve this
Shalhoub,
one.
We need you. I don't know. I don't know what he's up to these days. But that was the wildest fucking thing, man. And then 2 days later, here he is. He's right at the Republican National Convention. I'm not stopping. Got to keep going. He's got his ear all taped up. The gay ear too.
I know. I'm telling you, it is going to look. I'm not on the side of like let's assassinate people ever.
No,
I don't want anyone to construe it like
We're
that.
trying to get away from this sort of shit.
I don't like that. That's
Yeah.
criminal. That's bad.
Right.
Okay, I'm not about that. But it has turned this whole event has turned him into like a god emperor to people.
know.
Not as if he wasn't already.
Right.
But the people's responses that I've seen,
Yes.
whoever's mentioned it,
Yeah.
I'm just like they're like God is with him.
Yes.
And he's the most badass person in the world.
Uh-huh.
And I'm all like they got so emboldened.
Yes.
I don't know why like karma. Well, there is no such thing, but I don't know why life has not like knocked him down just a peg or two to get
but see,
people's like.
The
just
show's
to
not
level it out.
over yet. The show's
Yeah.
not over yet.
Ah,
It's just starting. He just announced the
just
VP.
starting.
He just
who's
announced
who's his
his
VP?
VP
This
is
will-
Bob Vance Refrigeration. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Everybody's going to be
Fuck.
real cool.
Oh my God, I
it's-
wish we needed that.
Yes,
Actually,
we
I'd
really
vote
do.
for VHS Fest.
do- oh
That's
my
the only reason
God.
I'd vote that direction.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. as
cool
long
the
as
earth down.
Yes, please. The conservation that we need is
Unfortunately,
cool.
unfortunately, any Republican is not going to cool the earth down.
No,
They're gonna make it
they're
a lot
going
hotter.
another direction. Yeah, they're hoping that if they make it hot enough, they can just use the updraft to get the space,
Yes.
and they won't need all those
They won't need
fossil
you anymore.
fuels. Yeah,
We're gonna churn out the fuel out of your we're gonna squeeze it out of your dead mangled bodies.
that's right. Yes, exactly
The
right.
bodies of the masses.
You're the juice box, baby. That's what they say. That's what they tell us every single time.
This whole fucking thing is
Yeah.
going to make his campaign like stronger.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just further evidence of the dumpster fire of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Like I said,
The show's not over. I like that analogy. I think that's a good way to look at it
that's what
because
it is. The show's not over.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
We got weird news time. All right, everybody. We had 5. We've got 3.
Hey.
And it's time for some weird news. We're going to get everything queued up here.
Welcome. Everybody's here and welcome.
Relegated with a tune. Relegated.
Relegate them.
Relegate.
I'm going to
them.
relegate the audience.
Relegate them.
I'm going to alienate the audience. Is what I'm going to do.
Alienate them with a tune. All right, let's see here what we got going on.
Oh, we nailed it right at the right time. 30 minutes, right down the halfway point. Middle of the road. Is Juan here?
Juan, I have not seen Juan yet.
Oh, that's okay. He probably a little just recovering from his trip.
He might be. He might be getting back on American time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. We gotta get that guy. And why is that all messed up? When you wish upon a wand, there's no difference who you are.
Jiminy Cricket.
When you wish upon a wand, where news comes true. Here we go, everybody. Go.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstarter net.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used a witchcraft on me to get the fire off me! Ah, help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The Human Torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has fought your shit.
And now with this week's weird news, here's
All righty, everybody. Let's get some weird news going. Now, this is a long one.
All right.
You're gonna.
Am I going to fall asleep?
You're not gonna fall asleep.
Oh, okay.
But you're gonna add things to the story as we go along. Okay. It's gonna get layers. Juan has arrived. Juan is here. Juan, welcome back.
Back from Greece.
Welcome back to the dumpster fire that is America.
Anyway,
He's back. Juan's back.
Juan's here.
Let's get the video up here for everybody. I'll tell you who else is here. A Luther Burbank High School freshman.
He looks like he's 45.
This is
This
is the teacher.
Oh, he's the teacher. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
So, was surprised to read his full name, included on a biology final.
Huh?
Not only that, but he was being ridiculed on
the final,
biology
the test
final.
that was given out to all the students and his peers.
In high school, there are individuals who are cross-eyed, and they put the name of the student
What?
and the name of another student previously mentioned, which is a dominant trait. We call those individuals weirdos. So if you cross two weirdos, two people are named again, that are heterozygous for being cross-eyed, what is the offspring that would result? That's one of the questions.
Do you have to be a prick to teach high school science and biology?
Ask this
Because
guy.
we had a prick teacher too teaching us biology. Remember?
Alex Nugent. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, little fucking
absolutely right.
Napoleon complex little
Absolutely
chimp
right.
we used to call him.
Yeah.
He's hairy like a chimp. He's a fucking prick.
Mm-hmm.
What a dickhead.
They won't have him anywhere else. He's got to talk about the most scientific things because at least then he can embellish.
Mhm. And he was a fucking creep because he married someone who was a former student of his, and she was much younger.
Yeah.
And she was like right out of school, and they got together. So
She was a lot
tell me
bigger than
that's
him,
not
too.
creepy.
She
Yeah,
way
she was. She
taller than
towered
him.
over him,
Yep.
and she was,
She put him in her pocket a lot.
yeah.
All of the pockets.
Oh.
Many students in
Oh.
many students in the class were targeted by first and last name on the exam.
What kind of maniac is this?
Teacher Alex Nugent chose to describe these students by their
Is it Nguyen?
ethnicities.
Is it Nguyen?
It's Nguyen.
Nguyen. I
Nguyen.
think it's pronounced Nguyen.
Alex Nugent chose to describe the students. Trump's still alive. I can say whatever I want. Trump chose to describe these students by their ethnicities. Chose to describe them by their ethnicities and physical features, and pairing them up, posing questions about which traits a theoretical child of these two students would have.
Okay. I mean, I get the point
Yeah.
of using familiar people with the diversity. I guess our teacher never was able to do this because it was like all white kids in our class all the time.
Not a
We
whole
had
lot
like
of
no,
diversity.
we had like no, like we had no other kinds of like ethnicities like
very,
represented.
very few. Very few.
Some Hispanic and like one or two black kids.
Yes.
I came from Maryland, like originally before moving up here,
Yeah.
like when I was 10 or 9 or whatever.
Mhm.
And my class would look like a United Nations gathering. Okay,
Well,
I
and
had
that's
like
it.
Chinese, Korean, Japanese. I had black, white, Hispanic. I had Mexican. I was like, oh, we had like Vietnamese. We had like every other kind of thing you can think of, and it was like one kid for every nation.
We're so close to the capital. That's why the United Nations children spill over into the suburbs.
That's true.
So you
That's
weren't
true.
wrong. You were right. It was the United Nations, but the students whose parents requested the Sacramento Bee not name him is black and half Mexican. Wait a minute. Many of the students in the class were targeted by first last name. We already said that part. He was using the one-on-one. The teacher wrote in a disclaimer saying, "In no way do I promote students being sexually active." But the students' parents and other teachers at the school said that the implication of any sexual relationship between the students is inappropriate.
I thought he was gonna go. I don't condone any sexual action,
but
but
I'll
so and
watch it.
so's gay.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and
yeah.
so and so.
Yeah, but he's gay. We know that he can't get it up. He shoots too fast. We see his pants every day. We start doing all of the human biology.
God, full tilt.
What a mess. What a mess is going on there. Well, the questions start by discussing the high school's diversity and noting that so-called African American traits have infiltrated students of other races.
Okay, but oof.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is good intentions gone wrong or or like tone deaf, like societally like completely blind.
Yeah.
Or this guy's just an idiot. I mean, I think he sounds like he's just like he should know better, but he doesn't.
Well, apparently not.
If you are educated enough to teach biology to a high school, I would assume that you're educated enough in life to know that that's super inappropriate. Like,
well, maybe
I know those two things don't walk hand in hand.
Maybe he
in
got
life,
into
but
biology because he was all about doing it. You know,
maybe
he was all
he's got
about
an agenda.
That's right. He's just interested in the data. He just wants to know what would happen if these two kids had a fucked up baby. That's what I want to
Be
know.
a cross-eyed black baby.
Whatever you need to do. Well, so around 10 minutes into the 2-hour exam period, the students say the principal arrived in the classroom, had a private conversation with Gwen, and collected finals. After the principal left, Gwen continued with the same exam, but put the questions on a projector and had the class write their answers on their own sheets of paper.
Oh my God.
No, you're taking my goddamn fucked up test.
You're gonna do it.
Everybody's taking it.
I am the king
That's
of
right.
9th grade
That's
science.
right. This is my place.
You
Well, the
little
next day,
assholes.
the students noted there was a substitute for Gwen's class. He also found out that he had received a 0 on his test, which earned him a D on the class overall. This student did. This was an atypical score for one of the students who made the honor roll a previous semester and always seeks to keep his GPA up so he can remain competitive for college sports. So basically, this guy failed this kid because he was a minority, which is interesting.
Wow.
And continue to do all these things. So I'd want him to apologize to the Burbank kids or to Burbank as a whole, because that's the majority of our kids. The students say. So for him to say those things, it's pretty messed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there you go.
Ugh.
There you go. Luther Burbank.
Dumb.
Done it again. At least they got him out of there now, and they can turn this place into a Chipotle. All right, so I'll tell you who else is looking to start a Chipotle.
Oh my gosh, he's grimacing. That's not a smile.
The Sacramento City Attorney's Office allegedly warned a Target store that its phone calls to police for rampant theft could result in a public nuisance charge.
Oh my God, dude! I'm going to tell you something.
Many people.
I went to a Target in San Diego several times, actually.
Right.
and they pretty much just have to accept that there's going to be rampant theft.
Stuff's walking out the door. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly. Yeah.
It's funny because you can tell, and
Right.
you definitely were seeing like, not that I have anything against, like, it's kind of sad that there's just like
Not that
homeless
I have
people.
anything against thieves. You know.
Yeah, thieves are great.
Your
with me.
guys
I-
are great. Yes.
Take steal as much as you need. I mean, these are people who are like homeless and like
Right.
are trying to steal for their like, they have either mental problems or they're desperate,
Sure.
whatever.
Sure.
But it's it's kind of just the accepted thing in California.
Right. Yeah.
Big towns
You
or
just
big
come.
cities.
You just write it off on your taxes.
Yeah,
It's a
there you go.
loss.
Yeah, it was funny.
well-
There was like a guy selling churros and hot dogs out front of the Target, though.
Well, there you
it's
go.
pretty wild. I
It's-
was like,
it's not.
since when is like a Target parking lot like the prime location for you to set up your
Oh,
cart?
all the
But it
people that
is.
are there, especially if you go there around lunchtime.
Mhm.
Woo!
It is a good
That's what
location.
you
It's a
want,
good spot.
especially if you have a good aroma coming from your food truck. You're
Yeah.
in really good shape there for sure. Lots of people with change, left over coming out
That's
of the whole self checkout and whatnot if they're not
Mhm.
using their plastic. But Target stores in the city of Sacramento placed 375 theft, robbery, and shoplifting calls in 2023, with
Jesus,
170.
that's more than one a day.
So with 175 in 2022, 87 in 2021. So there's been a little bit of an increase in crime here
Yeah.
recently. But the warning led Assemblyman Rick Chavez Zabur to the Assembly Speaker and Assembly Speaker Robert Rivas. There you go. To amend the crime bill, allowing prosecutors to aggregate property crimes to reach $950 threshold for felony theft, to include a clause preventing retaliation against businesses solely for acting on the reporting retail crime unless the report is knowingly false. Great. Thank you so much for putting all that legal jargon in the middle of a fucking article.
Basically, they increase the tolerances for
Yeah, they're gonna
what constitutes like a legit call.
right. Stop
and-
calling us for every little thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't care that somebody took another Hershey bar.
Well, no, I mean, I think that they increased some of the tolerances for that.
Well, it needs to be $950 threshold.
Yeah.
So that's a
Well,
lot
before
of
it's
Hershey
felony,
bars.
before it's felony.
Oh well, I
level.
mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I guess it does kind of impede their ability to reach out to the police, though, because now they're like, oh, what was it, under 9?
Yeah.
$900. We don't care about it, so don't bother reporting it.
That's right.
So
Whatever.
now, I mean, companies will just act in accordance with that. I think all I'm hearing is that go shoplift at Target. Is all I'm hearing
This
is the
is
kind of
thing.
advice.
There you go. You're
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
right on target. That's all it
Mhm.
is.
And it's just like how the message over the weekend was: if you want your ear pierced, run for president and
Right.
be an asshole.
There you are. That's it. There you go. It's all comped. Target crime reporting in California has been subject to national attention. One Target location, San Francisco, began reporting all of its crime in the single store responsible for half of the shoplifting reports in the entire company's history. Target, along with Walmart and Home Depot, are the top financial backers of the ballot measure Proposal 36, which is going to change some of these things. So there you go. We'll see what happens there if they're able to save the day. But in the meantime,
Let's not address any of the actual problems
No.
going on with homelessness,
no.
desperation,
Put
and
the
the
spike
reasons
strips
for
in.
theft.
Yes.
Put the spike strips
Put 'em
in.
in.
Start arming Target guards.
Electrocute.
Oh yeah, baby, shoot
Electrocute.
them.
More electrocution.
Give them all bull whips.
Give them every
and
little-
chairs.
that's
Treat them
right.
like lions coming into the
Runs,
circus.
running around. Here's one that was going particularly crazy. We're going to continue to be a little dark here.
All right.
Louisiana sheriff says that a 1-year-old miracle baby survived 2 days of sometimes stormy weather before a truck driver spotted him crawling along the side of a roadway.
It's like baby's day out.
It's baby's day out.
Joey Pants is here. Isn't he in that movie or no?
I don't know.
Joe Manson-
Yeah, I think.
Wait,
he is,
isn't
maybe.
what was his name? Oh no, I forget it.
It's
now.
not Benji Gregory. He's dead.
No,
the little brother from Alf. But so
Oh right, he's the other one that died.
yes, exactly.
right.
I'll tell you who else died was the 4-year-old brother of this child. Apparently,
Wait,
because he was
4
found.
years old.
He was the other one.
Yeah.
So that was found dead, and the mother was arrested later in Mississippi.
What the fuck
So-
was she doing?
Crazy shit. So, so they say that Gary Stitch Gilroy said the baby had numerous bug bites, but otherwise appeared to be in good condition. Pretty good.
Good
I think
condition. Are you rating it like his Antiques Roadshow? What the fuck is that?
I might be able to get $350 for him.
In Philadelphia.
Where are you? There it is.
In Philadelphia. is worth $50.
So yeah, see, these are 4 out of 5.
Oh,
So
my God.
autopsy reports were pending on the 4-year-old, but they said that the body had been found in a lake at Interstate 10, Welcome Center near the Texas line. They're investigating the 4-year-old's death, but they said that his mother, Aaliyah Jack, 25 of Lake Charles, had another 1-year-old. Fearing the 1-year-old was dead, authorities prepared Tuesday morning to search the water for the child. But then a truck driver called 911 after spotting the baby. He said, "We looked down and there's this baby crawling along the side of the road. Hey, baby!
That could have gone bad.
Real bad.
That could have been a pet cemetery
Real-
situation. Except
exactly
you
right.
wouldn't have had much to bury. You would have had to pour him into a
exactly
container.
Right. That's it.
Christ, and then they ain't coming back like that. I don't think. What happens
Nope.
if you reanimate liquefied bodies in the
Well, they
pet cemetery?
probably like turn into like the blob.
This is so sick.
It's probably the blob. I think it's the blob.
Almighty.
But
Oh my God.
So she was located in Mississippi without the 1-year-old. Said when deputies arrived that they were able to positively identify the child that was the missing 1-year-old. The mother will be extradited to Louisiana, where she'll face charges of failure to report a missing child. The judge who issued the warrant set the bond at $300,000.
Put her in the bayou.
There you go.
Put her in the
Send
fucking
Send her
bayou.
on back
What
sometimes.
the? Who the fuck does that kind of
This-
shit? Now, I guess they never really answered, but did she just abandon the children, or was it?
They didn't say. So I guess
Okay.
everything is still wrapped up in
I
the
mean,
whole.
I don't want to make a full
thing.
judgment. She might have like a mental illness or something like
It's
that. I
possible.
still don't give her back the kids, but still, like it
I
might
mean,
not have been
1-year-old,
like.
that could be postpartum things, maybe. You
Could
know,
be.
it's right around there.
There's a term in the criminal justice field and in courts and everything. It's called
Uh-huh.
mens rea.
Yeah,
which
right,
means
right.
Guilty
Mhm.
mind or bad
Mhm.
intention.
Mhm.
So that's essentially they try to establish that in order to determine the level of charges and crimes that have been committed.
Yeah.
But if the person didn't have a bad intention and they were just like fucked up,
Right.
it's a little bit less hateful. It's just more. Then it's a little bit more sympathetic. Like they just need help and they should not have kids and they should not be taken. But
Just
either
the-
way, bad.
Right.
Bad
Either way,
situation, however you slice it.
right. Exactly. No, not a good.
Fucked up.
Not the way you want to be. But
Terrible though that one of the kids died.
yeah, that's at least the other one was okay, I guess.
Yeah, that one other one. That was very close to being bad.
Very close. I'll tell you what else is very close to being bad. On July 3rd, a search warrant was served to the Brick Builders store in Eugene. Where the fuck Eugene? Where it doesn't say.
I
where
love
the
this
fuck where.
picture up in the top left corner of this police officer. It looks like I can't see his what's in his hands because it's all straight from the back, but I can see his arms are extended like he
Yes.
has got a gun. Like he's pointing a gun at piles and piles of Legos
Yes.
and games.
Well, that's exactly what's going on
Holy
here. So.
shit.
So the Springfield Police Department's Crime Reduction Unit, after a lengthy investigation, there was a 3-month investigation that revealed evidence that the owner of the Brick Builders on Willamette, Amon Hendrickson,
Mhm.
was knowingly purchasing new, unopened sets of Legos that had been stolen from local retail stores. In many cases, suspects stole hundreds of dollars worth of Legos and then exchanged the stolen items for cash at the store, most at the fraction of the actual retail value.
This guy was acting almost like a pawn shop.
So he's dealing hot goods.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
hot stuff. So they
And
said,
it certainly doesn't look like the kind of industry or
especially with
business.
the painted windows.
Yeah,
you
they got
think,
you got a raccoon like making a s'more over a fire while
Right.
Wolverine's looking over his shoulder at you.
yeah, he's having a good
You got
time.
Chewie and Groot, Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's
It looks quaint, looks cute. Looks
It's-
like a place that you would be like,
You'd think
yeah, I'm taking my
everything's
kids in here.
You think everything's fine. Well, it's not that case. It's not going that way because Springfield police reports that officers learned that many of the suspects were allegedly utilizing the money they received to buy and use illegal drugs.
Jesus.
Drug money.
Drug money.
Drug money's what's
Lego
going-
drug money.
Lego drug money, and there's nothing but bricks and bricks everywhere, but of different kinds of things. So the SPD partnered the SPD's partnered with the loss prevention investigators from Target, Fred Meyer, Barnes and Noble, and Walmart.
Target loss
They're
prevention.
getting into what? They're like,
That's-
all right, fine, you can participate in this whole Lego bust. How
We
about
got
that?
a lot of experience
Stop
in
calling us.
theft.
That's it.
Stop
God,
calling us.
we're trying to sleep over
We got
here.
a unit. We
That's
got a
right.
special unit.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna
like
put a special Lego unit on it. Yeah, it comes along a little Lego car. So
That's
during the
all it is.
execution of the search warrant, Springfield police recovered 4,153 sets of Legos, total value $200,000.
Damn.
It's a lot of Legos.
Damn, that's a lot of Legos.
So he said, we feel that the impact of organized retail theft through the increasing cost of items that we buy for our families. It's important for us to engage in supporting retail theft intervention. SPD is proud of the officers and the work that we have done today to intervene in this heinous crime.
That is
in
so
our community.
fucking wild. That
There
like
you go.
something as innocuous and sweet as like children's toys
That's where your
have been
tax dollars
used to
go. There you go.
basically just to buy. They were stealing the sets,
It's just
reselling them, and
all
then buying
theft.
drug money with the straight 100% profit.
and it's very expensive buying that drug money. Almost as
You
expensive
know it.
as paying for a lawsuit for some things that we haven't seen in a
Oh
long
my god!
time.
Oh my god! You pulled these up, and I was like, immediately I had a rush of
I had-
memories.
What I had was a pit in my stomach because suddenly I have a virus on my computer. Well, at the
Oh,
turn
yeah.
of the century,
Oh yeah.
at the turn of the century, piracy was booming at university campuses across America and far beyond. Seemingly unlimited broadband connections and the presence of many tech-savvy students provided an ideal breeding ground
We loved it.
for the rapid expansion
was-
of file sharing.
It was fucking great. And this whole world that we're living in now sucks ass.
Thanks,
We got fucking
thanks, Lars.
We got 18,000 streaming fucking services.
Music
we
wasn't
got
the work best.
the ubiquity of media and sharing things with each other. I do understand that it cuts into people who are creating it, like they're making a living.
Right.
But this is such a weird fucking world where we can't just like share stuff with each other. And I think that there's some nice middle ground between there, but we never found it because here we are.
Fucking so fucked up.
We're like 20 some years after that, like
Yeah.
24 years, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
I'd say. It's like the early 2000s. And we haven't found a good thing. We got then instead of the artists just losing money all the time,
Right.
We got Spotify, which pays everybody half a cent,
Don't worry.
and that CEO has record profits. He's in there, he's buying like 18 yachts.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, these people who are creating the stuff he's rich off of don't get fucking shit.
No, that's
Unless
his
you're
yacht
Joe
money,
Rogan.
baby. That's right.
Unless you're Joe Rogan,
Then we'll-
spouting nonsense and giving a platform for idiots to say whatever the fuck they want. He acts like, dude, he was like, I'm ranting now, but he acts
That's
like
it.
he was,
Bring
he
it.
brought that Terrence Howard saying all this bullshit. That guy proved in that stupid episode, he proved, I didn't watch much of it, but I didn't need to see a lot of it.
Sure.
He proved in that one episode why he doesn't have a fucking Hollywood career anymore.
There you go.
Because he's a fucking maniac.
That
He's so
all
stupid.
Laid
Then
bare.
like it's gonna like as if it's some kind of moral obligation Joe Rogan has to bring on an expert to kind of disprove, like anyone with any half a fucking brain doesn't hear him saying 1 times 1 or 1 times 0 or something doesn't equal 1. I forget what the fuck kind of math he thought he was saying.
Right.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he's a genius.
Then there was this dude, I just saw a little clip of the guy, and he's just like asking him some questions, and he's like, okay, so we can't even begin to get on the same level here unless you accept this reality and this fact. But I'm like, Joe Rogan, why are you listening why aren't you screening the people? And then why don't you also shut it down and go, no. That's not the way it is, buddy.
Right.
You know, and then why are you bringing him on a second time to just make him look even dopier with an expert? But there's people who literally get their
Content.
information
Yeah.
from him.
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
the problem is there is no implementation of there's no requirements
No
for
quality
people
control.
to
There's no QT.
there's nothing.
QT is at 0. The budget for that is 0.
Mhm. It's all entertainment, and that's how fucking Alex Jones got away with half the shit he
That's
would say.
exactly
That's
right.
how fucking all
Entertainment
these
value.
people just say, "Oh no, it shouldn't be believed." That's how we get away with everything.
That's exactly
But we're
right.
comedians. It's legitimately out in front that anything we say or do is just stupid.
The only joke that I think we can tell is to say that we're comedians.
Mhm.
That's the
Or so
that's
so
the
we want to be.
funniest thing I've ever heard. So Napster.
Anyways, let's see what they're up to.
So
I'm just-
Napster provided the Spark when it was shut down. Other software applications, including Kazaa, LimeWire, BitTorrent, fueled the fire for years to come.
Yeah,
The-
we were going hard
Man,
in those
it was
days. Let me
such
tell
it
you,
was such a beautiful world. But
I had so much fucking stuff off of that because
sure.
I was burning CDs
Oh,
all left
man,
and right. We were
so
sharing
many.
them with each other. It was just a den of iniquity.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Well, so let's see here. In the 16 years since the HEOA, which is the Higher Education Opportunity Act of 2008.
Okay.
It was passed. The online piracy landscape has changed dramatically, and at the time, LimeWire was one of the most popular file sharing tools. But these applications that are dead and buried now, most collected under the weight of legal pressure, or collapsed rather under the weight of legal pressure. But American universities still caution their students not to use them for nefarious purposes. They're still listed.
Are they still around?
They're still but they're still listed in
Oh,
many of the university like handbooks.
God, I
Like,
wish
you're
they
not allowed to use
were
Kazaa
back.
or BearShare. Remember
Just get-
BearShare?
No, I don't remember BearShare.
That
I know
was later. That was
BitTorrent,
much later.
Pirate Bay. Let's see, that came later though.
Yeah, all that's the later
Um,
stuff. Yeah, that's the peer-to-peer direct stuff was like Kazaa and LimeWire and
Mhm.
Napster and all that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you never knew what you were getting. Now it's like
Yeah,
that
just
was
'cause it
like
had the
raw
name.
dog in the universe.
Woo! I'll tell
Oh,
you
boy.
what, you it might say that on the title, but that doesn't mean that's what's on the movie.
I love getting just something else. Like I found there were so many things. I have memories of like random little videos that I came across.
Yeah.
I was watching The Matrix the other day with Allison because she'd
Yes.
never seen it before.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is an opportunity to show you a classic piece of cinema history.
Sure.
It's fucking great.
Mhm.
So we're watching it, and I was reminded of this video that I got off of like Kazaa, and it was a video of like someone had cut in the fart sound on different moments that made it sound funny through the movie. When like Morpheus is like goes to Neo and he's like, "You think that's air you're breathing right now?" And he's like, Or when he jumps across like a building that's like 50,000 feet across, and he put a little fart sound when he jumps across the
Mhm.
buildings.
There you
It was
go.
just it was just a super cut of fart
Right,
sound.
doing it.
And
Yeah,
it cracked me
right.
the fuck up when I was like 11 years old.
Well, I wish
the
that's
best.
what I saw when I downloaded
Oh.
my
Oh.
videos.
Oh no.
That's not what I saw, and I'll never unsee it again.
Oh no.
I haven't smiled since. I just remember how to do this with my face. So it also applies to Stanford University, which has a gem in its peer-to-peer traffic advisory. Apparently, Skype and World of Warcraft are also considered peer-to-peer sharing softwares. So watch out for that.
I guess. I mean,
Watch out for that.
is WoW still running?
I have no idea.
I think it might be. I think
I
it might
have no
still be up
idea.
and running.
But so it's still a concern for Stanford.
What's funny is
So-
we use Skype officially in my job capacities for
Well,
communication.
and that's I think it's a very wide thing, but just showing that a lot of these universities holding up the pillars of our nation's education system might need to do a little updating.
I'd say that's the bottom line of
So
that
there you
story.
go. It's all
It's nice to have a little
all
walk down
relevant.
memory lane with Kazaa and LimeWire and all that stuff.
right.
I'm sure if you're old enough to remember it, I'm sure you partook a little bit. Because why not?
That's it. It's
Back in the day, look, it was fucking the Wild West. It was like crypto.
oh my
Dude,
god.
crypto now is
Wet your
taxed up
beak.
and down to hell. Like it's basically treated like an asset.
Yeah.
But back like pre 2019 even, I think it was.
Mhm.
Pre that from 2008 to 2018, 10 full fucking years, you could just make tons of money off of
Whatever
that,
you
or
want to
lose
do.
tons of
That's
money
right.
off it,
It's a-
or just lose your fortune because all of a sudden one of the like banks or whatever
Uh-huh.
would just up and just disappear,
Sometimes it
take all your money.
see you later.
See ya.
Bye bye.
It's a Wild West, man.
And
Good times though, as the internet came to maturity. But now I feel like the internet I think is like old, crotchety, and it's kind of like a vampire just sucking you dry.
it took a little bit for everybody to move into town, but
yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
here.
that's a good way to put
They're
it.
here now.
Yeah.
Space is what's next.
Yeah.
So let's.
Well, all the billionaires are already starting out up there.
That's it.
You know, you and I won't see it.
We have to put it all together and
Mm.
save you more at the room store. We've got 94 people on Facebook. now,
Oh, all
so
right. We only need 6 more.
6 more.
Well, we
to
lost
go.
2, but we regained them.
That's right. So we're doing better.
Tell
and,
6 of your friends to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
our page so
that's
we can
right.
stream on Facebook.
and if you have pages or whatever, you can like our page with your
Yeah,
page.
your page can like
doesn't
our
just have to
page.
be your personal.
Can I just make up a bunch of pages?
You,
and-
you technically could, I suppose.
All right, let's do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'll tell you what's going to happen this time, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to see you next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
And that's it, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a minute and stand in front of the air conditioner, the vent. If it's at the office, if it's at the house, whatever it is, just feel the coolness. Okay, that's blowing into your face, onto your body. And then remember that we experience the opposite of that for you,
Yeah.
for the content.
We melt
We melt
like a GI
We
Joe
stop
under a magnifying
one
glass.
one beautiful weekend a year. We stop and we melt the world with you.
Yeah, that's right.
That world, the VHS world.
And we're dead, just like the media. It honors.
That's right.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Get out.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining
that
us.
we
We've
do an
got
epi-
5.
We do an epitaph at the end.
That's right.
You typically will do what do they call that? I guess it's an epitaph and
Yeah.
be in written form, but eulogy. You almost like
eulogy, that's
eulogize
it.
the
Absolutely.
episode itself.
Yes.
You're like it's all pointless garbage.
Yes. The post log, as
What
they
if-
say.
Yeah, like this whole experience could just be me listening to the show as an old person re-experiencing, kind of like the
mhm.
Notebook.
Yeah. It's
You know?
already been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it
it's all-
feels new, but
Right, because
it's all
I have
recounting.
like dementia or I have like Alzheimer's.
And I mean, really, we can, if that ever happens, we can just relive our lives over. and
That's what
over
I'm saying.
again.
I might already be doing it,
These are
and
the,
these are just memories.
I love
I'm
it.
trapped in.
I love that. This is
I'm
it.
disconnected.
That's right. It's perfect. It's exactly what we want. But
Man.
this weekend, if you've got time, 7 o'clock, I think we play 7.
Yeah, this
7.
weekend. Yeah, we forgot to talk about it on the show there. But
Well, I mean, unless they listen to it this week.
true. Well,
But-
we'll be promoting it on our socials. But yeah, come out
Yeah,
and
it's
see
on
us.
there. It's on the Prince Diamond Facebook page.
Doors at 7. We start at 8. That's from
Oh,
what
that's
from
okay.
the
Yeah, 8.
posting.
Mhm.
JB Love Drafts, Mechanicsburg
Yep.
location, the brewery in Mechanicsburg. JB Love Drafts. Get there at 7 if you want to come see us.
Yep.
And hang around after if you want to talk to us. We'll be around. Yeah, come see it. Got
Tell
a
us.
bunch of songs.
That's right.
We'll play a bunch of
Lots
songs.
of tunes,
Ooh,
and
we
we got.
practiced
we're
them
gonna have a
hard.
green room. I'm so
Oh
excited.
yeah, it's gonna be
Man.
nice. It's gonna be the opposite of last time we played there.
Oh, it's gonna be so great.
Last time we played at JB Love Dress with Prince Diamond.
Can't
Matt
wait.
it was the middle of fucking winter. It was
Oh my
cold.
God.
It was
Oh my
freezing
God.
cold. It was terrible. It was bitter.
It was below
bitter.
0.
Yes, it was
And there was
bitter.
ice everywhere.
Ice all over the fucking place. I don't know how we made it out there.
I don't either.
But you got you had to get ready in your fucking car
Yes.
and do the whole like
In the cold.
do
Jesus
the
Christ.
whole get up.
The hardest part is, well, not only getting my makeup even in the dark,
Mhm.
but also having to, because I put my hair under my hat.
Yeah.
And so getting it all up into that and everything
Oh,
like
man.
that, while the roof of the car is right above my head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that was a fucking nightmare. So luckily, no more. Don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But,
that was a stipulation for places to play in the future.
Yeah.
We avoided it
yeah
because
yeah.
they didn't have the proper all the
Accommodations.
proper accommodations.
They got to accommodate.
Now the stage is much bigger.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
more. I think
It's
it's more
sturdy.
structurally okay.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And now they got green room. So
I'm ready.
hooray!
I'm ready. Absolutely. Okay, everybody. We'll see you next week. We love you. Goodbye.